I remember because I was around when you were like, I'm going to search for my dad.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was around
and I
for
couldn't
that.
find it for a long time.
And what made you, I mean, that's almost a dumb question. What made you go, you know what? I need to find my father.
Because I want to know who I am. I felt like there was all these, and I don't know, some people might equivalent it to like mental illness, but I felt like it was all these like voices going on that was telling me you need to know who you are. Like where you're going to go in life, if you don't know who you are, you will be compromised. you'll be destroyed. Yeah. You need to know who you are. And the only way you're going to know is you got to find your daddy. And I don't know. I just really, like, I could still remember being 3 years old, 2 years old, and like laying on his chest and him holding me and him singing to me and him speaking to me in Tigrinya and like him squeezing my calves, a little girl squeezing my calves. And I still miss that. I wanted that. And like, even when I found him, I was like, can you squeeze my legs? And he's like, you had the best legs as a baby. All the women, I showed them, this is my daughter, this is my daughter. And everybody said, look at her legs, the most prettiest legs. And we squeeze her legs. And I'm like, could you squeeze them now? Like, he's like, you're 28 years old.
That's
like,
weird.
Squeeze my leg. And I would make it like I was kind of bigger than him and I still wanted him to hold me. You know, it's like, it's something like on a genetic level, like, that I needed. I probably still need that, but I don't think I won't ever get that again, but I miss it. Like I forgot what the question was that you asked me, but
you just finding your father.
Yeah. And I wanted to find him because I wanted that. I wanted my father's love.
You wanted?
Yeah. No, my skin will absorb these tears. No, give me that.
I'm an X-Men.
All this money spent on this cute like that. No, but on a genetic, like I wanted my father's love. I needed it. And I feel like I had made by the time I met you, I had already made so many mistakes looking for like that father, that daddy love that I had like compromised, I think a lot. I compromised a lot just because somebody told me they cared about me. Yeah. They looked out for me and I was like searching for all these things in these older men and they weren't, they didn't give about me, you know, and I was like a little puppet. I just wanted my daddy, man.
Yeah, and I love that because I love to hear that. You know, for me as a father, like that's touching me and just even impacting me in a certain way, and like just what it means to be there and present. You know, especially I think mostly to me, I feel in like the Western world how fathers can be devalued a lot, and I think to appreciate and share and feel the appreciation for your father, like that means a lot to me. You're going to have me all crying up here in a second.
You know what's crazy is my dad used to always say, why are you so good to me? Why are you so kind to me? Like, I could tell he's like riddled with guilt because like in the culture, your job is to raise your children. As a father, you need to be there. And he was not there to raise me, but he like came back around. Well, I found it. Like I got back in my life.
Did he tell you why he left?
Well, he was scared. He left because he was scared. Like my mom was threatening to have him deported. He was doing some illegal things and he was afraid. And so he was kind of like on the run, and he said he was scared. He was going to kidnap me and take me back to Africa, but then he was scared to go back to Africa because he was afraid he was going to be locked up in prison, and then who was going to take care of me? So it was like, where do I go? And he's just like kind of rolling around out here, and he would check in every so often and write letters to my grandma. My grandma would send him pictures and let him know that I'm okay. But like I was telling him, I said, don't feel guilty, Dad, because like I grew up the way I was supposed to grow up. That's why I have the heart that I have. But I feel like it would have been so much easier for me and so much better if you would have been there, even if you couldn't feed me, just to give me a hug, just to tell me that you're sad today. Like, that's something I guess I'm grieving right now too, guys. Like, I feel like
absolutely.
We're talking about things that I've lost here. And I just really
Want another one?
No, this one is still working. Give me that one. But I tell him, don't feel guilty, Dad. Don't feel guilty. Like God planned this. Like this is supposed to be like this. Like I needed to go through everything, living in the foster care, living in everything, because that's what I was supposed to go through, so that I can be who I'm supposed to be. But like the fact that you're here right now, like teach me everything that you can, like hug me as much as you can, like give me a kiss on the forehead like you used to when I was a baby. He said, you remember that?
Wow.
You remember those kisses? I'm like, that's like my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, I remember those kisses. Like only my daddy kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man.
and I never forgot that. And I missed that. And like, I really want people to know, like, you might not be capable of being the best parent in the world. And it's not about all the things that you can give. It's not about all the things that you can give and the houses and the food, all the stuff. It's really about just being present. Your children, they need to eat and they need clothes on their back. They don't have to have the best clothes. They don't have to, just you being there, loving them, sharing your history with them. Like every time I got to see my daddy, I'm like, tell me a story about when you was a little boy. Tell me a story about when how'd you get to America? Tell me this story about the, like, he was like, dang, I'm not the storyteller. This is not my job to tell stories. I said, it is your job to tell stories. You my daddy. I didn't get to grow up with you. So now you have to tell me everything. And however much time we got, I only got 11 years. And I'm like, appreciate every single one. Even though some days I would call him drunk as hell, crying like, you up, you left me behind. I made so many bad choices because you up. And then he's like crying with me on the phone. And then like, I call him in the morning, like, what's up, Dad? How you doing? He's like, what the is this? Like, you were just crying like 3 hours ago. You went to sleep and now you're cool. Like, yeah, because I got to like pour my heart out to my creator.
You took advantage of the time that you had with your father. And when you were asking him these questions, did he tell you why he came to America?
Yeah, because there was a war going on and all his brothers were killed and his mom was dead and his dad was dead. And he left all the land and everything to sign everything over to the aunties. And he was afraid that he was going to have to be in the war. So he joined the Italian Navy, right? To like get away. And he was like the secretary for the freedom fighters. And he like helped like with getting funding and stuff because the Eritreans didn't have money. They didn't have like literally 30 years fighting with like plowshares and stealing the enemy's weapons to fight back with that. Like it's some real gangster stuff that went down. And he took off because he was afraid.
Wow. When did he come to the United States? Because I know that war took from 1961 to 1991. That war went on. Yeah. He came in during the middle.
Yeah, he came in during that war. He came in 70. He got here in 78, top of 70, mid 78 or top of 78. Wow. Within 6 months, this is what I know. Within 6 months of him getting here, he had my mama pregnant and my mom was teaching him how to drive. He's like first generation learning how to drive. Like you got to think about it. They weren't driving cars in Africa like that back then. So like his daddy didn't know how to drive. His mama didn't know how to drive.
Wow.
So he learned how to drive. My mama taught him how to drive. Wow. And then like, I was just, when I was there last, I was riding with the state official and he's like, yes, I am first generation driver in my family. My son, second generation. I'm like, crazy. And I'm just like, dang, like, to me, I feel like people been driving for hundreds of years.
Right, you just think it's,
but really when you think about cars are really not that old.
Right.
That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments. This is 154.